Boom, all right. Kenman here. We got a little Kershaw. This is from the N Valley pass around. Neil sent me some cool knives to check out, share with all of you. Here's one of them. It's a Kershaw. Let's get into it. Doesn't really show us much from the box. Got a little battle damage to it. Okay, let's get it out. There it is. Kershaw info. This is what we want to see. The knife. This right here is the Kershaw Launch 11. Ooh, look at this. Tell you what, fun stuff. Not a big auto guy, but this has got some stuff to it. Let's check it out, soak it in. Kershaw Launch 11. So we have a button actuated auto, got a nice strong spring in there, no lock to it whatsoever. You just get up on that button right there, give it a push, and the blade fires out. Push the button down, get against that spring, close it. Works for lefties or righties. Lefty, got to use that index finger, got to find the button, but it works well. Woo, this knife is cool. Check it out. All right. What are we looking at, Kenman? Well, the auto out the side Kershaw Launch 11 has a CPM 154 blade steel right there, made in the USA. We have a black oxide, black wash kind of finish on everything right there. Aluminum on the handle. Clip can be swapped to the other side, so lefties and righties can carry this whichever way they want. Nice big old huge speed hole right through the center. What's everyone think about the autos? Fun stuff. All right, so that spring is strong. No detent because you're going against the spring on there. Once it gets closed, that button is out. If you kind of press on the button, it doesn't kind of misfire. You do have to get in there and push pretty solid to get it to go. Without a lock, you gotta kind of consider that if it's in your pocket or something, and it's easy to bump that button. That could be problematic, but this, I'm pushing that pretty hard right there, and it's not engaging. You do have to get that pretty squarely pushed. So that's kind of the safety feature, is it just requires a strong button push. Nice little red accents in the gold on there. Kershaw on this side. USA, the flag, model number, whatever on that side. Kershaw on the clip. Not a real big fan of the clips that go straight over, up and back. I like a deep carry clip that goes this direction and then curves around. Just works a little bit better personally for me. I like this style as well. It's kind of one of those things you might be able to find another clip and swap out. Anyone know any clips that are swappable? Swappable? Sure. For the Kershaw Launch 11. Fun little knife. Not a huge out the side or any autos really, or not something that I would carry all that often. But this is a fun one. Got some jimps on there. Not a lot, you know me, you could put those jimps all the way out, but that does feel good. No real choke up spot. You can kind of tuck up on there, kind of lock your middle finger in there and get your index right there for doing some tighter work, and you're not really up against that blade at all, so that's clear. Nice little sharpening notch down in there. Does have a little relief cut right in that area, and then across the back, giving it almost kind of a feel, a little contour in that spot. Blade is, actually has just a little teeny wobble to it, but sometimes the pivot can slip a little. Centered right where it needs to be. Yeah, it's solid. I feel like the tiniest little bit of movement, but barely at all. Something to consider though. I do like that blade shape. That tip gets in there right, a nice point for getting in doing some cuts. Just a clean design here on this Launch 11. Boom. Nice captive pivot. All right. Smaller knife as well. Unders. Wow, we're like barely over 6.5, like 6 5/8 almost, but not quite. Kind of wants to tip that way. Flip it over that way. This with the clip. Wow, very small 2 3/4 inch blade. You could, someone could try to say it's 3 if they go at that angle there, but oops, sorry. But it's basically a 2 3/4 inch blade with a also 2 3/4 inch cutting surface with a little curve on the belly. And 3 7/8 on the handle. 0.11 on the blade thickness. And that carries all the way out to there. You've got your grind. Nice, simple, clean blade shape there. Handle 0.43, 0.83 that way, and then thickest part of the blade 0.81. And this saga, will it ever? I don't know. I think it's just going to flash for another 10 years. What do we think? All right. Do you like autos? Do you like folders, slip joints? What's your favorite kind of style of knife? Comment below. Maybe it's a fixed blade. 2.06. Smaller little offering. This is the Kaiser Drop Bear, real good average size to compare with. 3.29 versus that 2.06. It's definitely a smaller knife. I have a couple other autos here from Tack Knives. 373 on the Goliath and 163 on the Benji. We'll look at all those in a second here. 2.06. So smaller knife, not too heavy, American-made Kershaw Launch. This might be the out the side auto for you. Kaiser Drop Bear is a nice daily carry user, fidget friendly, size of a bug out, size of a pyrite. Perfect user size. You can see it's just a little bit larger, 1/4 inch maybe on the front and the back over the Launch. A lot of jimps on there. I dig that a lot. Tack Knives Goliath does have a lock on there, so that lock is nice because now in your pocket it doesn't matter how hard you push. I think that's a good feature to have on an auto. But you undo that lock and boom, fires out the side. Similar action. Definitely a bigger knife, the Goliath. All right. And then we also have the Benji. This is an out the front versus these pop out the side. This comes right out the tip. So you got your out the side auto and your out the front auto. Benji is a fun little one. Something I wouldn't really carry too often, but it's a great fidget one to have on the desk. You'll sit there and open and close them a bunch. I mean, why wouldn't you? All right, here we have it. All of its beauty, the Launch 11. Who's got one of these? You like Kershaw? You like the USA versions? Who likes an out the side auto? I do enjoy the design of this. Not a real big fan of the whole. Do they have a larger version of this? I'm sure. Launch 11, maybe they've got numbers of larger sizes. Maybe you should research that more. Kenman, research. Can't talk today, I guess. This one is cool. I'll enjoy it for a few more days before I send her on back. Solid stuff. Thanks again to Neil. Stay sharp. We'll see you soon.